And in terms of offspring, that's definitely so. Mother Nature likes to have the offspring be genetically different from each other. In other words, Mother Nature doesn't want all the offspring to be exact clones of each other. And the reason why nature likes variety in the offspring is it's better for survival. Think of, for instance, for disease. Due to your genetic makeup, you might be more susceptible to a certain disease. And so if all the offspring were exactly identical clones of each other, and they happen to be susceptible to some disease that come along, they might all die off. Whereas if there's variety among them, probably one of them at least will be resistant to that particular disease, and so at least some of the offspring will survive. And you can make a similar argument with coat color. If these animals have to hide from some sort of predator, I don't know what sort of predator hunts dogs, maybe wolves or something, but if they have to hide from some predator, it's better to have some variety in the coat color, because it might be that depending on the environment they happen to be in, some coat color will allow them to blend in better to the background than others. So at least some of the offspring will survive, whereas if they were all exactly identical looking in coat color, they might all be found out and die. So anyway, nature really wants the offspring to have a lot of variety from each other. So how does nature ensure that the offspring have a lot of variety? Well, it comes down to the gametes, because of course each offspring comes from a sperm cell and an egg cell fertilizing each other. And so nature puts variety in the offspring by making sure that the various sperm cells that the male makes are not identical to each other. In other words, if you're a male, those sperm that you're making are not genetically clones of each other in terms of what genes they're carrying. And likewise, the same is true with the eggs. If you're a female, when you make your egg cells, all your egg cells are not exact genetic clones of each other. Each egg cell that you make has its own particular mixture of your genes, or its own unique mixture of your genes. And so your egg cells are very different from each other. And so given that all the sperm and all the eggs that you make are very different from each other, that's what leads to the genetic variety in one offspring from the next offspring from the next offspring from the next offspring. Let's see. Oh, there's that picture I was looking for. There you can see the sperm fertilizing the egg, and you can see the vast difference in size because the egg cell has unequal cytokinesis when it's being generated. Okay, I should run that back for a second. So I want to discuss, well, how is it that when we make our sperm cells or we make our egg cells, we get genetic variety into our sperm cells or egg cells?
Your laptop's gonna die.
I thought I plugged it in. It'll be alive, I hope. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Okay, and so the step where nature ensures that the different sperm cells or egg cells that you make are genetically different from each other is in meiosis 1. It's not in meiosis 2. So this topic that I'm about to give you here focuses on just meiosis 1. Let's zoom in on that. All right, so there's the diploid mother cell on the left. We'll give her some chromosomes there. And these are going to be the daughter cells that are produced in meiosis 1. And let's use these to represent the chromosomes in that mother cell. Here's our pair of chromosome number 1s. Here's the pair of chromosome number 2s. Here's the pair of chromosome number 3s. Here's the pair of chromosome number 4s. And of course, if you were a human being, you'd have a pair of chromosome 5s and a pair of chromosome 6, all the way down to your 23rd pair, giving you 46 total chromosomes. And the ones in red are the set of chromosomes that you inherited from your mother, and the ones in blue are the ones, your paternal, the ones you inherited from your father. And so remember that each of us has one set of 23 from mom and one set of 23 we got from dad, your maternal and paternal chromosomes. And just to save space, I'm just going to show 4 homologous pairs, but just assume that this represents all 23 homologous pairs. Okay, so let's just assume you're a guy for a second. So so I don't have to keep saying sperm and eggs, but everything I talk about sperm also applies to making eggs also. Okay, so let's say you're a guy and you're going to be making some sperm now. When you're undergoing meiosis 1, remember that you need to put one set of chromosomes in each of your sperm cells. So only one chromosome number 1 should go here, and only one chromosome number 2, and only one chromosome number 3, and only one chromosome number 4, and the same down here. Here's what doesn't happen. This does not happen. You do not put all your maternal chromosomes in one sperm cell that you're making, and all your paternal chromosomes in another sperm cell you're making. Why? Because that wouldn't be much variety. How many types of sperm cells could you make then? 2, right? You'd make sperm cells carrying your paternal genes and sperm cells carrying your maternal genes, and that's not a lot of variety in the offspring that you're going to be making. Where the variety comes in is this. You can give each gamete that you make, each sperm cell that you make, a mixture of your maternal and paternal genes. Think of it as a mixture of your chromosomes that I'm showing up here. And that way, because there's different ways you can mix them, that will give you a lot of variety in the gametes that you make, and therefore your